Hi guys! Today we want to focus on middle splits and straddles because I think it's been a couple days since the last time we did that. So let's just get started and let's try and warm up our legs. So I want you to bring your legs out in front and I want you to bring them in with the knee facing outwards. Close the knees, bring them down. Change direction. Okay, stretch out both legs. We want to bring one knee in, flex the foot, turn it out, and we want to lift 10 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over, other side. Let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over. We are going to turn out the leg again, but this time we want to point our toes. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap over. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring both feet out in front. We want to open a little bit to maybe about 45 degrees. We want to turn to, which leg did we do last? The left leg last, so we're starting with the right again. We want to place our hands in front, stretch and point the toes, and we want to lift 10 times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. To the left side, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Open a little bit wider. We want to open to about 90 degrees. Turn to the right leg and we want to lift just 5 times this time. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the left side and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come to the center. We want to bring the legs in and out. We want to flex our feet on the way in and point the toes on our way out. And get some movement into the hips. While we're doing that, you can try on your way out to open a little bit wider into our straddle. Try and keep your weight forward. And come to a point that is comfortable to you. You might want to move in a little bit more, but don't go to your full maximum just yet. And we want to wiggle the legs back and forth. Actually, let me come back onto my mat so I don't swivel around with my heels while I do that. So we want to roll our legs forward and backward. Make sure to always keep using these muscles so we don't lose the tension in our knees, because that's not good for them. And we want to roll in one leg at a time. Roll forward and roll forward. The right one and the left one. Just one at a time. Make sure you keep your weight nice and forward. And again in this position, point your toes. Make sure to plant your heels exactly where they are, and then flex the feet, which should bring up your knees. Okay, depending on how you feel in whatever moment, if the stretch is getting too intense, come a little bit out of it. That's totally fine. Stay here. If you feel like you're not in the stretch enough, feel free to adjust your legs further out. Just make sure you don't come into a full 180 degrees box split. Your knees want to be, your legs want to be slightly in front of you still. Okay, we want to be here. And we want to slowly roll forward with our body and backwards. Just a forwards and backwards movement. If you're kind of behind, sitting behind your middle split, I want you to try and just come up to a straight position, okay? Now we can take our arms with us, walk the hands out and back in. You don't have to, but you can. Yeah, and always remember to engage these muscles. I just realized I was forgetting about it, so I had to re-engage them. Okay, come back up. And we want to bring our feet in, into a butterfly. And we want to continue the movement forward and backwards again. Try to keep a straight back. What we do not want to do here is just roll in and back up. We want to move a whole upper body forward and back. Once you feel comfortable, you can put your hands out in front and walk them back and forth. And on the next one, we want to just reach forward as much as we can and stay there and hold. Now collapse your upper body. You can cave in and try and put your head down either on your feet or on the floor in front of you. Come out slowly, and from there we want to once again try and go into our straddle, which should feel easier now already. So try and go into whichever point feels comfortable to you. And we want to try and come forward. Either stay up here if you can't go anywhere, just stay up there wherever you are. If you feel comfortable with going a bit further, I want you to now bring your elbows down to the floor and just relax into the stretch for a couple of seconds. Always remember to engage your leg muscles to support your knees. Come out of it slowly. Bring your legs together while shaking them out. And pull your knees into your chest. Just give them a quick rest so you can go into the next exercise. Come over, and we want to go into a frog type of split. We want to make sure we have a right angle here and a right angle on the knee and a right angle on the foot, and we just want to hold there. Come onto your elbows. Now come out of it a little bit. What we want to do now is try and bring our feet together at the back. So we're sort of sitting here like a frog, ready to jump. And from here, we want to try and bring one leg through to the front. Stretch this other leg. This one's quite difficult. Bring this leg in. This is more mobility. Come back onto your knees. Bring the other foot through. Then stretch out this leg. Let's do this a couple of times. Come through. You can put your hands on the floor, but ideally you want to try and be able to do this just from your legs without using your hands. Okay, bring the knee back down. Come around. I don't really slide that well with my tights on the yoga mat, but you get the gist of the exercise. Come through. Stretch out. And let's do this one more time. To this side. Okay. Bring this leg back in. Fold them over, and we just want to roll down. Come out again, and after all these exercises we want to try and go into a straddle once more, just to see if it feels any easier now again. Just want to hold there, try to lift yourself up, engage these muscles. Now try to sit up straight instead of rolling over forward, which can, if you are quite flexible, feels easier to just fold over forward. So try to actually sit back a little bit, so your muscles do all the work at holding the straddle where it is. Now grab behind you, and it should feel easier to move into it a little bit more. Only do this if you are very comfortable in a straddle. And we want to hold, and we want to just move our body slightly from one side to the other. Remember to use your legs to support your knees. Come back to center, and slowly just release the legs. They should come in a little bit by themselves already before you need to actually do anything. Bring the knees into your chest, just hold them there for a few seconds. And then we're done with our straddle stretching session for today. Thanks for joining.